What's up, internet? My name is Alicia and I like to review new products for you, so if you're into that, subscribe. Today I have a giant lollipop to show you. Show you the lollipop. Show you the lollipop. This giant lollipop came in to my mailbox. Well, it was a giant package that was almost as tall, like it was like 4 feet tall. And open it up, see this giant lollipop, and I'm like, I know what this is. This is the I Want Candy collection from Too Faced. I'm not gonna lie, I think that this packaging is just so adorable, this PR packaging. Just because, I mean, it's like totally over the top, and it's got a cute little bow. Let's open this baby up. Woo! All right, I love Kandee Johnson. She's such a sweet person. She's been doing YouTube forever, and she's such a sweetheart, and so I am excited to see what we have here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, from pictures and such, I wasn't super excited about this, particularly the eyeshadow palette just didn't really grab my attention. The colors didn't scream candy to me. I feel like it was a little bit muted. Haven't actually seen it in person yet as I just opened this, but the banana powder does intrigue me. So let's get all of these out of the packaging so that we can look at them. So it looks like this collection comes with an eyeshadow palette, a banana powder, 4 melted matte lip colors, a Glow Candy Luminizer, and then a candy liquid liner. All of the products are supposed to smell like candy, except the banana powder is supposed to smell like banana. The packaging on this is pretty cute. It definitely looks like a See's candy box is what it's making me think of. Old school candy with the little frills, and I like that it is metallic. It's very, very cute. And then you see on the back, it shows you all of the different colors, talks about how it's a collaboration with Kandee Johnson. So let's open it up. Cute, so it has like a little beauty recipes, and it's got some different looks, and it's got candy, looking so cute. The looks here are pretty neutral. They're very toned down. It's a little surprising because Kandee's got such bright hair and she's such a bright, bold person. The eyeshadow is looking really quite muted. The biggest difference you see in these looks is the lip colors. The packaging is all metallic. It's cute because on the back it actually makes it look like it was like a guide for, you know, a See's or Russell Stover's, one of those. Super adorable. It's got this little sticker right here that actually is Kandee Johnson. You open it up, it's like thick. This is cute. The attention to detail is cute, I'm not gonna lie. So it has like this little cover that most candy things have where it's like kind of see-through, and it does smell like candy. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of worried when I was gonna open this up because maybe I'm one of the only people on earth that don't like it, but I am not a fan of the Too Faced chocolate palette smells. I don't like the way that they smell. It just has this like very fake chocolate smell to me. I know that they have cocoa in the formula, but cocoa doesn't smell like that. That's an added scent that I just don't like. But this one I'm not mad at. It actually smells good. It smells like sweet, like a sweet vanilla, but it's not overpowering. So when I open up the container, I can smell it, but it's not like the chocolate bar ones where I feel like it just smacks you in the face. It looks like this is kind of separated into 3 areas up here with these light kind of orangey colors, some pinks, and then some more darker brown shades. And then the bottom are the larger colors, which are all neutral. This is very Too Faced, and the packaging is very what Too Faced does all of the time. So now I want to go through and do some swatches for you guys. I've swatched everything here. We're gonna do the eyeshadow palette first, and the way that I did this was I swatched each of the colors next to each other. I did 1 finger swatch and then 1 brush swatch, so you can see how they look with just finger swatch and then brush swatch on completely clean skin, no moisturizer, no primer, no nothing. The way I swatched them as well is I kind of broke it up into 3 sections here. So the first ones we're gonna do are these 5 right here, and then these 5, and then these 5. And I did that because it just kind of looks like the way it's supposed to be. The first shade we have here is called Sparkling Cider. This is a golden, kind of beige, very, very shimmery shade. This one had nice pigmentation, lots of shimmer going on. The next is Pastry. This is a warm, medium brown. This would be a color I would use kind of as a transitioning shade in the crease. It also had nice pigmentation, was very blendable. Too Faced is kind of hit or miss when it comes to their mattes. I found this one was really nice. Butterscotch is the next shade. shade. This is a very interesting color. It's got a lot of peachy, kind of orangey tones to it, which I like, but it is still quite light. If I really wanted to enhance that oranginess in it, I would need to use something sticky like NYX Milk. Sweet Toffee is the next shade here. This is a metallic bronze, peachy bronze, lots of peachy notes going on here. Super, super metallic and quite pigmented. It's like new penny. Banana Cream Pie is the highlighter shade here. This is a almost like a butter shade. It's a light pale yellow kind of shade. It doesn't have a lot of pigmentation, but it's meant to be a highlight shade, kind of like a blending out color, so to speak, lightening a little bit. It's not meant to be super pigmented, so I can forgive that. The next section, the first shade, is called Sugared Strawberry. This is crazy, crazy, crazy metallic. It's got a lot of metallic that makes it bright, but it is kind of the same color as the packaging here. Then we have Cream Puff, which is a neutral, kind of a light neutral brown, and it also is matte. We have Frosted Pink, which is almost a lilac-y version of Sugared Strawberry. They're very similar in their metallicness. The only difference is that Frosted Pink is much cooler toned. And then Hot Chocolate, which actually surprised me with its pigmentation and its blendability, because like I said, Too Faced is very hit or miss. There's another color that we're gonna see in a minute that's a big miss for one of the mattes, so Hot Chocolate kind of impressed me, but I know, I'm almost positive that that's not a new shade. The highlight here is Ice Cream, which is very, very pale. It barely showed up on my skin tone, and it is a matte. The last section, first color, is called Sugar Plum. Again, I believe that this existed before. This is kind of taupey metallic. It has kind of lilac tones to it as well. And then we have Raspberry Cocoa, which is a very soft, very easy to blend matte that has, it's kind of a mauve shade. Next is Taupe Berry, which is sort of a weird color. It almost has green aspects to it. It's like a brown, but it has green undertones. And then we have Licorice Rope, which is the biggest disappointment here. I was expecting it to be quite pigmented based on just how it looked in the palette, and I know I've seen that Too Faced can do pigmented matte blacks. I was shocked with how much of a bummer this was. Both the finger swatch picture and the brush swatch, it's just no bueno. The last shade is the highlight shade called Whipped Cream. This is so crazy, crazy shimmery metallic. I think this would work well as an inner corner highlighter, maybe right underneath the brow, but not much else. The pigmentation on these is not bad. It's pretty okay. I mean, Too Faced, I feel like they sort of sit in a box with their eyeshadows. You kind of know what to expect. You know how they're going to perform. The metallics do have nice pigmentation, and then there were a couple mattes that did, there were a couple mattes that didn't. But overall, I mean, it just kind of feels like what we've seen before in a big way. The concept is super duper cute, and I love Kandee Johnson, and I like the smell of this and everything, but I'm not feeling totally inspired by this palette. Let's go with that. I'm just kind of feeling like this could be any of their Christmas palettes. It just really gives me that kind of vibe. It also is a lot bulkier than it needs to be. And I'm assuming that's so it looks more like a candy box, which I can respect and like. I don't know, I'm like not super amazed by it. Next, let's talk about the Luminizer, which I actually do really like. This is the Candy Glow Luminizer, and it is a cream to powder basically. You apply it and it blends out, and it ends up actually just feeling like powder. It's not sticky. It immediately, the second you apply it, it immediately kind of has that powdery finish feel. It has, oh, I hit my nose. It has the same scent as the palette, but it just seems softer. These tend to scare me a little bit when they're luminizers that are a cream finish like this, because I think that they're gonna be sticky, pick up my foundation, move it around. I feel like I have to be really gentle with it, but this one actually really surprised me because it did feel like just a powder. And the color is really nice. It's this pinky beige. It's got some sparkles in it. The only thing that concerned me is it kind of, there's no way I'm gonna be able to explain this on camera, but when I twist it up, it feels like something is loose in there. When it's twisted down, it doesn't do it. When it twists up, it just feels very flimsy almost. I'll hold it next to my mic. You probably can hear that. It just feels like something is loose. I mean, as weird as this sounds, it makes me feel like the quality is not as nice as if it was heavier. Heavier to me makes me think, oh, it's a nicer product. It feels like almost wobbly, like something's not connected. And maybe that's just mine, but I wanted to mention it. The next thing I want to talk about is the Banana Pudding Powder. So this is a brightening face powder. It is a soft yellow, and then it has specks of, mine has specks of kind of a lilac shade, bright yellow, there's some pink, almost looks like sprinkles. This one's supposed to smell like banana, I guess. I'm actually happy that it's a very faint, because I was super worried when I saw smells like banana. I was worried it was gonna smell like Runts, which Runts banana is like the worst taste ever, and so I was like, oh god, if it smells like artificial banana, I'm gonna probably bleh. But it's very soft. It smells like, I guess, pudding maybe, but not really that fake banana scent that is just the worst. I went ahead and applied the banana pudding powder underneath my eyes and everything. You can see when I apply it, it does add a little bit of brightness, but it's not anything overwhelming. I did find that if I hadn't applied it to my face, I wouldn't have, you know, just showing swatches isn't really enough of that product. The next thing is the I Want Candy Black Licorice Liquid Liner. This was interesting to me. This is a very dark black liner, but it has a very interesting tip. I don't know if I have ever, the actual brush is an angle tip. So that gives you a couple of options. You could do it straight down, which you get a thinner line, or if you go sideways, you get a more thick line. But what I was noticing when I was just applying it to my hand, I'm not sure if I like it. I'm definitely a brush girl. I don't like felt tip for liners. I like having a brush, so this one should be interesting, because what I'm finding is that where I place the brush first, no matter how light I am, it has a lot more product coming off. So I guess with this, it would be really important to start kind of almost in the middle of your eye and then work your way out if you were doing a wing, instead of starting the wing and then going in. I'll play around with it. I feel like it could end up ruining your liner if you aren't careful. Last but not least for this collection, we have the Melted Matte Liquid Lipsticks. There are 4 of them. The formula on these reminds me a lot of Anastasia in the sense that it's very liquidy. It's not thick at all. It's very liquidy, but I found it was easier to apply than Anastasia. I don't really like Anastasia liquid lips because I feel like I have too much room for error, if that makes sense. I feel like it's quite runny, and so I have to just be really careful or use a tiny bit of product, which I guess I could do that too. But these ones, I did like the formula. I feel like they applied nicely and they didn't feel drying. Anastasia feels drying to me. First color is Melted Ice Cream. This is the lightest shade here. It's a very light nude shade. As you can see, it makes my eyebrows look way dark when I'm wearing it just by itself because I don't have any eyeshadow on. Next is Freshly Baked. I love this color. I think that this would be like an everyday go-to color for me just because it's nice, it's neutral, but it's still something. It just looks beautiful on. The next shade is Tropical Punch. This is a beautiful fuchsia, nice and bright and fun. I didn't love this as much as I was really expecting to. It's still pretty, but I don't know, I thought the color was gonna be more vivid, I guess. While it is vivid, it just has kinda, I don't know, it didn't really work for me. And that's just a personal preference. That's not saying anything's wrong with the color or the product. I just personally didn't like it as much as I thought. The last color is Sweet and Sour. This is my jam, if you know me at all. I love red and orange lip colors, and this is a beautiful, bright coral. So pretty, so pretty. I also wanted to mention, as far as the Melted Matte Liquid Lip colors go, they have by far the strongest scent here. Above all, these ones have the most candy, the strongest candy scent, strong sweet vanilla scent. If that's not your jam, be wary because the Melted Matte, it's incredibly strong. I didn't really notice it when I applied it and it was on, so it didn't bother me then. But when I opened the containers, it was almost overwhelming. Just smelling that right there, I'm like, whew, that was really strong. I'm into the fact that the rest of the products seem to be quite toned down, but those liquid lip products are very strong with the scent. So if that bothers you, keep that in mind. So overall, my first impression thoughts here, I am iffy about the palette. I kind of feel the same way I felt when I first saw the pictures of it, in the sense it was just kind of, yeah, that's a Too Faced palette. I think the banana powder is interesting. I've never used one. I was a little iffy about it, but I do like it. Other than the scent being quite strong, the liquid lips are my favorite products here. Really what this whole collection comes down to for me is if you want to support Kandee Johnson. If you love Kandee Johnson and you want to support her, go check out these products. That's really what these collections come down to, is they're meant for her fans. If you like the way she does her makeup and you like her as a person, then definitely check them out, because then you're supporting her and that's important. Not being biased, because I do like Kandee a lot as a person. She's such a sweetheart. The palette is not my favorite. It feels just very meh. I'm not really sold on the liner. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm gonna film the second half of this video. You're probably wondering why I don't have any eye makeup on. It's because we're gonna do 2 parts. So this part is the review, and the next video that is coming up is going to be the tutorial. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell. There will be a picture up there for the tutorial for this look. I really hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what you're planning to pick up, if anything, and I'll see you next time.